Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The profoundly expected debut time of the brilliant unhitched female has debuted. Yet there are signs that Joan Vassos isn't prepared to track down genuine romance. Joan's process began some time before she was given a role as the single-man spin-off lead, when she was one of the 22 unhitched females contending on the brilliant Lone Ranger Season 1. 61-year-old Joan got 72-year-old Jerry Turner's eye during a gathering dateability show, and surprisingly won a performance date, be that as it may. She needed to leave right on time to manage a family crisis. However, Joan's experience on the show was brief. She established very much a connection and was at last given a role as the brilliant unhitched female. Her season as of late debuted, and night one opened with Joan meeting the 24 noteworthy more established men who are seeking her roses. She has numerous incredible men to pick from, and she's been getting along with a few of them during an interminable series of fabulous dates. The circumstances are ideally suited for Joan to track down her genuine romance, yet there are signs she's as yet not prepared to continue on from her late spouse. Years prior to joining the cast of the brilliant Lone Ranger, Joan was hitched to entrepreneur Joan Vassos for 32 years until he died from pancreatic malignant growth in 2021. Joan shared a family photograph on Instagram in January, in which she was with John and her grown-up kids' content. She composed it had been a long time since she lost John and kept on being profoundly shaken by the deficiency of her cherished late spouse. However, 3 years is definitely not seemingly forever, and Joan might have to recuperate more before she can open her heart once more. The debut episode of the brilliant unhitched female Season 1 opened with Joan discussing how safe her late spouse generally caused her to feel. The more she discussed John, the more clear it turned into that it would be really hard for Joan to find a man who could fill his shoes. A few of the men Joan is dating on the show are likewise single men. However, she's had the option to shape associations with a few men. It appears to be impossible that she's prepared to continue on from her darling late spouse at this time. Joan experiences what's known as survivor's culpability, which makes it hard to continue on with her personal business. She has talked about her sensations of culpability with different men all through the initial not many episodes of the brilliant Lone Wolfess Season 1. It's particularly miserable on the grounds that, as indicated by Joan, John put her down before he died and told her that he believed her should find love once more. John probably cherished his better half, since he didn't believe she should need to use the remainder of her life alone and grieving him. Joan left Jerry's time of the brilliant Lone Ranger early in light of the fact that she had a family crisis. Yet there was something else to it besides that. Joan's girl had conceived an offspring before Joan left to film the show, so there was certainly not a daily existence and passing circumstance pulling Joan away. She presumably might have remained, yet her heart wasn't in it. Joan left since her psyche was on her little girl, and likewise on her late spouse. Before Joan can genuinely hold nothing back from another adoration, she needs to continue on completely from her old love. In a new Instagram post, the unscripted TV correspondent Reality Steve uncovered Joan's victor was Chalk Chapel. From the beginning, he had at first announced that the victor of the time was 66-year-old trauma center specialist fellow Gansert. However, he later amended his uncover. However, it seems to be the brilliant Lone Wolfess Season 1 finished with Joan giving Chalk her last rose. It's hazy in the event that he proposed, whether she said okay, and whether single-man country fans can anticipate another brilliant wedding. Joan Vassos and a portion of her brilliant Lone Rangeress admirers went to prom on the most recent episode of the famous network program. The occasion was a tremendous hit, so Joan chose to toss another prom. In any case, this time, she celebrated with seniors living in a helped living office. Remain on this page for every one of the subtleties. Teresa Nist offers previous brilliant Lone Ranger opponent guidance. Teresa Nist's affection with Jerry Turner didn't keep going long. Be that as it may, she had some guidance for Joan Vassos. The two women were competitors on the main brilliant Lone Ranger season. Joan passed on after a couple of episodes to manage a family matter. Teresa proceeded to get ready for marriage, wed and separation Jerry Turner in under a year. Teresa addressed the New York Post about Joan's season. She said that the organization went with the ideal decision. Teresa imparted this counsel to Joan. So what we discussed was that she planned to offer each and every man her unified consideration, so she would truly check whether there was an association. We discussed that. The brilliant single man alum added that Joan plays the job truly. What an amazing spot to be in. What's more, she understands it. She understands what an open door this is, and she realizes she addresses ladies all over. That incorporates ladies living in helped living. Joan Vassos' extraordinary second with seniors in helped living. The sorcery of prom isn't only for high schoolers. Because of the generosity of brilliant unhitched female star Joan Vassos, a gathering of seniors in the Bristol Helped Living office got to encounter the delight of this unique evening. Vassos facilitated a prom only for them, complete with all the fabulousness and marvelousness of a conventional prom. As per BachelorNation.com, the living region was decked out with inflatables, decorations, and other prom-themed enhancements. The occasion included finger food sources and a charcuterie spread. There was likewise a prom court to name the office's prom ruler and sovereign. The prom ruler uncovered that he never went to his secondary school prom. One senior occupant couldn't quit spouting over Joan Vassos. So well disposed, so warm, so pleasant. I can see the reason why you picked her. One more applauded the occasion. I didn't anticipate this. The food is great, and the outfits are exquisite, they said. Notwithstanding the stopgap prom, the seniors watched an episode of The Brilliant Lone Wolfess with Joan Vassos. Watch the video of the seniors carrying on with their best lives at their prom. Brilliant unhitched female Joan Vassos starts off her excursion this evening on ABC. Many fans are contemplating whether she will track down affection. A piece of that is her having the option to move beyond cherishing another person in the wake of losing her better half to pancreatic malignant growth. Jerry Turner felt that his better half would uphold him in finding love when he was the brilliant lone wolf. Along these lines, many keep thinking about whether Joan feels she has her departed spouse's approval also. Continue to peruse to figure out what she needed to say regarding it. Does brilliant single woman Joan Vassos have her better half's approval? Brilliant lone rangeress Joan Vassos has been looking at finding love as she starts off her season Wednesday night on ABC. In front of her debut, she has been focusing on searching briefly love. She uncovered to additional whether she believes she has her late spouse's approval to continue on. Joan lost her better half John to pancreatic disease quite a while back. While it was hard and at the time she resented him for examining it, Joan got his approval to continue on and find love once more. Joan expressed, "Just before he died, we had a discussion that he truly needed to have, I didn't. I was still trying to claim ignorance that he planned to bite the dust. He really passed on 3 days after the fact. However, he advised me to track down someone. He said, 'You're the best spouse. We had a superb marriage. You have a great deal of living left to do. I believe you should go get someone. Try not to grieve my misfortune until the end of your life. Go out and track down someone.' Thus, I had his approval despite the fact that at that point, I would have rather not heard it." She proceeded to express that at the time she was furious, yet presently she considers it to be the ideal gift. She cherishes that she had the option to hear him tell her it was okay to continue on. Joan knows the amount he adored her, and that he could never maintain that she should be despondent. Brilliant lone rangeress Joan Vassos likewise uncovered what she is searching for on her excursion. One thing she would like is to find somebody who can be bold. She explained that her significant other John could be, nevertheless, it wasn't actually something she was searching for at that point. Presently, she's at the age where she needs to carry on with life and appreciate what she has buckled down for. What is your take on Joan uncovering that her significant other did give her his approval to continue on and find love once more?